Hello, welcome in. I am Anais, the author and creator of Orange Trails. This is a space where we talk about meditation, manifestation, and travel. Today, I will be giving you the 5 things that you need to know before moving to Houston, Texas. I lived in Houston, Texas for 6 years. When I did move to Houston, nobody prepared me for some of these things that I'm going to share with you that you might want to know before you go ahead and move. Moving from the East Coast to Houston, Texas was a huge culture shock to me. Tip number 1 that I want to give you is that your body will adjust to the heat, even if it doesn't feel like it. I'm going to share a secret with you, and don't judge me. Do I want to share that on the internet? In North Carolina, where I used to live, during the summertime, it didn't take much for me to sweat, which was kind of wild. The first summer was very brutal, but after each summer went by, I was able to get more and more used to the heat. Every year, every Houstonian says the same thing. Man, it is so hot outside. When did it get this hot? We get so confused every single year, but we are able to get through it. Don't worry, your body will adjust to the heat, I promise. Tip number 2, the traffic will take some getting used to. Now, if you're living in Houston, Texas, you're gonna wanna invest in an Easy Tag, which is a lifesaver. They have their main highway, and then they have what's called the feeder, which is the mini highway that's on the side. However, there are also lights that are there. And when you're in 5 o'clock traffic, it is way better to be in traffic on the constant moving highway, but definitely invest in an Easy Tag if you want to cut the time in half that you're taking to get to your destination. Easy Tags can be found online, and I can link the link below for the Easy Tag website. For traffic also, I really recommend using Waze, because it tells you the traffic block. It also tells you the routes that can help you avoid traffic. Whenever I was going to a new destination, or just even going to work, if I was going to my job and I lived in North Houston and my job was in Jersey Village, it was about a 45-minute to an hour drive with traffic. Without traffic, it was 20 minutes. So that is to give you an idea of how bad traffic can be. But Waze really helped me cut that hour to 45 minutes from being an hour and 30 minutes to work. And it was something I really had to get used to, but it comes with living in the big H. Another piece of advice for the traffic is to drive carefully. Houston is known for accidents. You don't want to not be paying attention when you're looking at your phone and driving. I never recommend doing it, but especially in Houston, it's better to be safe than sorry. I've seen a lot of accidents with my own eyes, and they've been really scary. So be careful and be safe out there. Tip number 3, you will find everything you need and you didn't know you needed on Harwin. Harwin is a street in Houston. It's really long, and there's a lot of churches, shops, pop-up shops, wholesale shops, fabric shops, anything that you want, need, or are thinking about getting, you might want to take a trip to Harwin. I loved Harwin when I was starting a jacket business a few years ago. I didn't continue it, but it was a lot of fun. Found a lot of really cool fabric, and even one of my friends found a lot of great wholesale items. You can find shoes, someone to do your hair, a prom dress, a couch, anything you really want to find, and for cheap, is found on Harwin. So when you're moving to Houston, Texas, and you've got an empty apartment and you don't know where to go, Harwin is where you're gonna want to take a trip. Tip number 4, Houston is oozing with good food. Good food is everywhere. I have been to a lot of different places, not everywhere. The best food that I can find is in Houston, Texas. My favorite restaurant was Gringo's, and you can find a few of those in North Houston, Mid Houston, South Houston. You're gonna find a lot of Tex-Mex. It's definitely the culture, but it's a good culture. The food is amazing. Even in those hidden gems where you might not know if the food is good, believe me, the food is good. You'll be able to find a lot of cool recipes, and once you start making friends, someone's abuelita is going to show you how to make the best tortillas and tamales that you've ever had in your life. For a more restrictive diet, if you don't eat meat per se, like raw, Midtown and Montrose are areas where they have a lot of vegan friendly options for people who have a lot of dietary restrictions. So you can find some vegan ramen, vegan tacos, vegan entrees, and they're really, really good. Tip number 5, Houston loves Houston. Really, Texas loves Texas. You're gonna figure that out once you move. I went to high school in Houston for 1 year, my senior year, and I was able to see how school works in Texas, coming from North Carolina. And a big culture shock to me was after we said the Pledge of Allegiance, there was a Texas Pledge of Allegiance, which was insane. I had no idea that a state had its own Pledge of Allegiance. But leave it to Texas. Leave it to Texas to have a Pledge of Allegiance. It's go Stros and go Rockets. I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, but go Texans. If you find yourself a Texans fan, they will be the most loyal fans. Why? Just ask a Texan fan. One thing that Houston is known for is the Houston Rodeo. People fly from all over the world to attend. They have huge concerts, they have the livestock cattle, and it's a real life rodeo. I went with one of my best friends in the 12th grade, and I had a really good time. Again, you do see people wear cowboy boots and cowboy hats, and it's just part of the culture and it's part of their lifestyle. After a while, you might even rock some cowboy boots and cowboy hats. Bonus tip before moving to Houston, you're gonna wanna find trail ride. Coming from somebody in the East Coast, born in Queens, New York especially, to see people riding horses and ATVs and motorcycles all in the same parade. It was crazy and fun and really abstract. And it's something that brings the culture together and it's very normal for people to experience. These are the 5 things you're gonna wanna know before moving to Houston, Texas. Hopefully these tips helped you in your decision and also to prepare you for your big move. Be sure to follow the blog at Orange Trails for more advice on meditation, manifestation, and travel. Thank you so much for joining in today, and hopefully you have an amazing, wonderful, and blessed